Welcome to For the Plot. This is our first ever podcast that we are doing, so we might have a little bit of technical difficulties. Bear with us. Our tech guy isn't here. Shout out Brandon. He's not here.
I instantly forget how to be human.
But we're making do. We're making it work. Next, we're releasing on
This Saturday.
Days from now.
Same time as our Galentine's. If you don't notice our decorations, we worked
so
very
many
hard on
decorations.
this.
It's very nice. I wish we could pan. We might have to pan at the end of this just to show the amount of, I don't know if this is the right terminology, but carbon dioxide, monoxide. I think we almost died from it from the amount
I almost
of
passed out
balloons.
at least 4 times.
Yeah, from the amount of balloons we had to blow up. It was pretty insane. So I'll start. I'm Lindsay, which y'all seen in our intros, videos, whatever. I am originally from Georgia. I am a therapist that works at a nursing home. I have 2 dogs, 2 German Shorthair Pointers. If any of y'all know anything about pointers, they're insane, which you probably will hear some stories about them.
So I'm Jen. I'm originally from New Jersey. I am also a therapist, different therapist. She's speech, I'm massage. I have cats. I have 5 cats. 2 of them are step cats. They're step cats. They're Brandon's cats. They're step cats.
Considered step.
They are step cats. When I had 7 cats, I did not claim 2 of them. I used to have 5 on my own. So yeah.
Y'all yet to get a cat together?
Yeah.
Wow.
He thinks we need to downsize in the cat population before we get another one.
That's fair.
I mean, we did have 9 cats at one point in our house.
But that also Kelly was living with y'all too.
That is true.
And she only had 1.
No,
And
so
then
she had
2.
she had 2. 1 passed away. Then she had 1, and then she had another one, and so she was back up to 2.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
I'm not gonna take my shoes off because I feel like my feet smell like Fritos.
Do your feet sweat as much as your hands?
So my feet sweat a lot when I'm cold.
Oh, same actually.
Yeah, and I hate it.
It's weird, but it's like cold sweats.
Yes, and it's miserable because your
Yeah.
feet are already cold, and now they're sweating, so now they're like ice cold.
Yeah.
It's miserable. But yeah,
My armpits are kind of like that too. Follow us on TikTok, for the Plotcast, which is also our Instagram, and then you can locate our Spotify channel and our TikTok from Instagram in our bio.
we really need 1,000 followers. We have 30.
30,000
We have 31, I think, now.
on Instagram or
On
TikTok? We have a lot on Instagram.
We need 1,000 followers on TikTok, so
We're gonna get there.
Could get 970 more people to just
Just
like
tune
us.
in. You don't even have to tune in. Just look at it.
just follow us.
Yeah. Also, kudos to Jen for these amazing mugs.
My little. Is this a groundhog? What is this?
A hedgehog.
Is it a hedgehog?
I think it's a hedgehog. I don't know if you saw our TikTok videos, but we had a Groundhog's Day event. We celebrated Groundhog's Day, and we had some drinks, and we got real excited about groundhogs and how it was the same as a woodchuck.
Woodchucks and groundhogs are the same thing.
Yeah, which was news to me.
I think once we get comfortable and realize what we're doing, I think it'll go more smoothly.
Maybe.
Or we're just not good at this.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. We're trying to give the people what they want. So we got some comments on our TikTok about things that they wanted to see or hear our opinion on. I had a lot of crazy questions. Okay, what's your favorite Disney movie?
Aladdin.
Aladdin. Okay. Mine's probably Pocahontas.
Are you sure?
I don't know. I really like Mulan too.
They both have such good music. That's the one thing about Disney movies. They have such
They
good
have the
music.
best music, and we jam out to it almost every time we're together. If there's music, unless Brandon's
That was
with
like
us and we had
the-
EDM.
That is true. I don't think he has found Disney EDM music yet.
Is that a thing?
I don't know. I also didn't know there was EDM Christmas music, but I asked him, not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before that,
Mm-hmm.
to play some Christmas music. And it was EDM Christmas music for sure. So that is definitely a thing. So I'm sure I can have him find some Disney.
Yeah.
I mean, we did see Shrek.
Oh, that was scary.
I know.
That actually scared me. I can't
Can
imagine
you-
being at a rave and seeing a very angry Shrek coming at me.
Or on drugs.
Or
Can
on
you
drugs.
Imagine doing drugs and all of a sudden Shrek is beaming lights and puking all over you.
And then at one point, Shrek ate himself, and then it was just his head.
I didn't get that,
That
far
was
in that.
yeah. I watched the whole thing. That's why I said Shrek 5 looks a little different than because it was almost like a horror film. We have a friend group that's it's pretty large for a friend group. I would say we're pretty close. We got this. I'm not even say we got the idea. I think Jen pitched this idea to us, and it was everybody went on board very quickly. It wasn't a sense of like trying to convince people, but we are going to buy a plot of land, and we're all going to live on it, and we're all going to have different jobs.
We're starting a cult.
Essentially, we're
We are
starting a
100%
cult.
starting a cult.
Not a religious one or.
Dominational.
Non-denominational. That's a good term for our cult, because we don't have like a mother that we have to like bow down to.
I don't know. I still think we should have a cat shrine somewhere.
I just can't get on that bandwagon.
So me and Lindsay are very different. We
Weird.
have a lot of similarities, but we also have a lot of differences.
You're very different.
And cats and dog is definitely the biggest one.
Number one, yeah.
No, I think number one is iPhone, Android.
Oh, correct.
Yes.
Correct. Yeah.
And if anyone's
This
in
team iPhone.
any kind of relationship with an Android iPhone type of relationship,
It's toxic.
it's so toxic. And if anyone wants to tell me why iPhone people are so mean to Android people, I would love to talk.
You're
It's
just
abusive.
You're just below us.
Abusive.
I don't know how else to explain it. Because most of our friends have iPhones.
Yes, I realize that.
Yeah.
I'm in the chat. Every single one of you guys are abusive.
Yeah. Because when,
However-
like, you try to reply to something, nobody knows what you're replying to when
That
there's
is
8
facts.
people in the conversation, and I'm replying to what person A said, and then y'all think I'm replying to what person F said.
So Android to Android, I can reply.
I can reply to you too, but you just don't see that I reply to you.
I can't reply at all to iPhone. I don't know if I've ever tried one-on-one. Maybe it's a group text thing, but Android to Android, I can reply.
Specifically to a message.
Mhm.
Well, maybe maybe just iPhone. It's kind of like the political parties. Like they just want us to be against each other so bad.
I 100% believe that's iPhone. I think iPhone, speaking of cults, is a huge cult. Huge cult. The fact that it took them to have another country saying, hey, change your charger or we're not selling your phones.
Listen, okay, I get that. I'm so mad with the chargers. I can't understand why there have been 3 different chargers for one phone.
Yes.
Why?
And it's the fact that, I give it to iPhone, Apple, or whatever. They know how to make money. All their products
Do they?
only work compatible to that. And
That's
you
true.
have to, as soon as they change one little thing, you have to buy all new to go with it. And
I agree. I will. That is one thing I do agree with you on. However, I will never change.
it's because you haven't
Someone
had
change.
an Android.
I did
They're
have an
great.
Android. I had a Razor.
I don't even think I've had a Razor.
I had a Motorola. What else did I have? I think I had like an Envy. Like way back in the day.
Back in the day.
All the Gen Zers aren't gonna know what I'm talking about.
I barely know what you're talking about. I never had a Razor.
I'm pretty sure I had a Razor, but it broke like the second day I got it. Because they were so flimsy.
Yeah.
They're, slim. Like, I don't know why they're called razors.
I remember I had this one phone. I think it was a prepaid phone. Back in the day, like 14 years ago. I not only left this thing in the middle of a parking lot because I got drunk. But it rained.
All stories start.
It
that way.
rained. And I found it next morning. It was ran over in a puddle. And I picked that thing up and it still worked.
It's impressive.
You know what happened now? Your iPhone would have been destroyed.
I mean, your phone would have been destroyed now too. Should we look at Brandon?
Poor Brandon. Mine, I don't think it will survive being ran over. But water, it would.
Oh yeah, no. I dropped mine. I tried to listen to an audiobook the other day in the shower. And why? I don't know. I just was at the very end of the book and I just wanted to listen to it and it fell in the shower with me and it got water like in my port. So when I plugged it in, it was like, there's water.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so,
Does yours know that loud ding?
no.
Oh, mine does. As soon as you plug it in, there's water in the port. It's like ding, 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 and it won't stop.
Oh, no. Mine just won't charge. So
Yeah, it doesn't charge.
then
you.
I have to take my phone case off and like lay it on a whatever kind of charger that is. But
Wireless.
Yes, wireless. I would say portable, but that makes sense. But yeah. So, anyways, Team iPhone, stand up.
Androids, I'm there to talk about why and how mean iPhone people are. We can comfort each other.
Okay, so our second thing of not dislikes, of differences is she's Team Cat, I'm Team Dog.
Mhm. I'm not against dogs.
Yeah, you just don't want one.
I do not want one.
They're needy.
They're very needy. You have to adjust your life completely for a dog.
Yeah, I mean, so people get very hit when I say this, but like having a dog is like having a trial of a kid.
I can see that.
Is it a kid? No, you didn't birth this puppy, but
You are able to at least leave them at home for a short amount of time. With
yes,
babies, you cannot.
that's true.
However, they will probably destroy your house, just like if you left them home when they got older.
Yeah,
They might break out. Yours are very
mine will
good
jump-
at
mine will jump
breaking
fences.
out.
Especially when I've had, it's always on Thursdays when I've had like wine. So
Is
then
Thursday your wine day?
it used to be, and then Kahlua, that's my dog's names are Bailey and Kahlua. Kahlua would jump the fence, and on a Thursday night in not the best neighborhoods, I will have to go walk around and look for her.
Yeah.
And then she's usually sitting in the front yard when I get back, so it's a really fun time. I feel like you and Brandon need a dog.
No.
Just for fun.
Brandon needs a dog.
Brandon
do not.
does need a dog.
We have plenty of dogs in our friend group that Brandon can get his dog time.
This is true.
Especially since he works a lot of hours. My hours are all over the place. And I like the idea of whenever something comes up, I can just leave.
That's true. I have to arrange.
Yeah.
And boarding is not cheap.
Expensive as hell.
Yeah,
It's childcare.
It is childcare. And then they have daycares for dogs. I'm like, who can afford this? And this
Honestly, daycare for dogs is a lot cheaper than daycare for kids.
oh, 100%.
Yes.
But it's still like $200-300 a week for 6 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I can just take my dogs for a run. Will I? Probably not. But
When's the last time you took your dogs out?
last week, actually, me and
Oh.
Caesar went and took them for a
Nice.
walk. Yep. Still wired when they got back. It was like a 2-mile walk, and they were still wired.
Well, you do have very high energy dogs, so.
Yeah. So, yep. I think that might be our biggest differences, though.
I'm thinking. I mean, where we grew up is completely different.
That's true. You were a city girl.
I was a suburb. I was surrounded by cities.
Oh, okay.
But like just the northern attitude is very different than the southern
Oh,
attitude.
way different. I
However,
learned that actually moving to Florida.
So Florida is the first time. So I lived in Mississippi for a hot year, and
With Eli?
we didn't live together. No, that's
Oh.
when I met him. So I have
Oh, I didn't know you lived in Mississippi.
yeah. So I had family. I think about all of them are passed away now. That owned 40 acres of land in Mississippi.
Why didn't you get the land?
That is a whole nother story for a whole nother podcast. That is a long story. So I moved there after my divorce, and that's when I met Eli.
Okay.
Eli is Lindsay's new biggest fan.
He has a parrot. In case y'all want to know.
He does have a parrot. So, moving to Mississippi is when I realized I'm a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought I had a New Jersey attitude until I moved to Mississippi. And then I realized I had a Jersey attitude. People were just nice and like waved and talked to you randomly. And you don't get that up north.
No, yeah.
But Florida, there is a lot of people here that are from up north.
Yeah.
So it's easy to blend in here.
Yes. Florida is not nice. They don't have that not small town, but country vibe, like that southern hospitality, if you will.
Unless you go to middle of nowhere.
That's true. If you go into small towns in Georgia, you do get, not Georgia, Florida, you do get that.
We have a weird mix of city and straight country.
Yeah, and then it can be like a mile apart.
It can be a block apart. Have you ever drove down the same road in Jacksonville?
Yeah.
And it's literally driving through everything. You gotta have a shack, a mobile home, and $1 million house on the same block.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're like, the way they're fenced off is just like a brick.
Oh, those brick fences.
Like a brick fence that doesn't even close. It's just a road. I drove through one of those the other day and I was like, what is this? And then I realized those were like the nicer houses on that road. But it's the same road. It's literally not even a fourth of a mile away from each other.
Yeah, I do like the ones where like, so back where I used to live in Jacksonville, behind me, there was literally these like rundown ghetto houses. And then all of a sudden there is this huge mansion in middle of these houses. Like it doesn't fit in or anything. But there it is, just chilling.
That's the reason why I love HOAs.
I hate HOAs with a passion.
I know, but then like your house value, this is boring, but house value goes up so much. And then like,
so I don't live in an HOA, but I think my neighborhood is pretty nice.
oh yeah, yours is really nice.
You're
even
like-
compared to mine.
Yeah,
Your
you're
neighborhood's
like 2 blocks down,
yeah.
and you might need an HOA. So I do think it depends on where exactly you live and the kind of people you're surrounding yourself with. But I hate HOA. I'm not going to spend thousands and thousands of dollars and have someone tell me what I can and cannot do to my house.
With a house that you own.
Yes.
Isn't that so funny?
However, I understand.
Yeah, definitely understand. I just don't understand why they're thousands of dollars. Like I can understand $100 a year. Cool.
Yeah, I can get down with that. I can't get down with them telling me I can't change my garden.
Oh yeah,
And
country.
I need to know the layout of your flowers.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Don't like that. But made in America. R.I.P. Toby Keith, bro. What the heck?
It's been a crazy year.
I can't believe he died. I mean, I can't believe it. Like,
Yeah,
he had
he
cancer.
has stomach cancer.
Yeah, cancer is the worst. But he was a legend.
Yeah,
I celebrated him. I bought a 6-pack of an American beer that I don't like just because it was made in America.
You only have 2 left.
No, I only drank 2 last night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I go to bed at like 8:30 now, and I stay
That's
up.
a lie. You text me
I
at
know.
11:30, and I was like half asleep. And I was like, oh God, why is she texting me so late? Like, there has to be something going on. And it's not. And then we fought. We fought.
We
All
did
because
fight.
I read her question wrong. And she called me a fucking swine.
Okay, so we can get on this topic. So in Stranger Things, there is a Vecna scene where Max is running, right? She's trying to get away from Vecna.
It is a good song.
It's a bomb song.
It
I've
is
never
such a
heard
good
it
song.
until then, but it was like an iconic moment in that scene. And so I texted her and I said,
Were you watching Stranger Things?
no. So my brother's, this is how it came up. My brother's Vecna song is "Should Have Been a Cowboy" by Toby Keith. Right? So he died, but I was like, that's my brother's song right there. I was like, what? I'm gonna read the message.
I for fact read it wrong. I will tell you what I read in my brain when you read it.
I said, just something I need to know. If Vecna was trying to kill you and I needed to wake you up, don't tell me now. Just think about it and answer me tomorrow. And she says, Vecna, ?
I've never seen it spelled. Never seen it spelled. Nor have I ever thought about how to spell that.
I mean, I don't know how, that might be not how you spell
So,
it. But I just wrote it how
I Googled it.
Oh.
It's not the first thing that pops up, by the way. It's nothing bad. The first thing is just not in English. The second thing, I can't remember what it was. And then I scrolled down a little bit, and then there was pictures.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, never knew. But you did spell it correctly.
Oh, thank you. So anyways, I wanted to know what her Vecna song, because I feel like that's important.
So what I read was, do you want me to wake you up? Or would I need something along the line of like, you're not sure if you should wake me up. And then I just got really confused. And I was like, why wouldn't you wake me up? And you're like, you can't wake people up. And I was like, Max was able to wake up through music. You're like, yes, music does it. I was like, I don't know what we're fighting about. And then you told me to rewatch it. And so I'm on like Wikipedia, like the Wikipedia for like TV shows. And I'm reading all about it. I was like, okay, I'm not confused. And then like the next morning I read over it. I was like, oh, I'm dumb. I read the very first question wrong. And it just went down from there.
And then I went to sleep.
She sure did. Like, I was so mad at you. Because I was like, do you mean what song should you play?
Yes,
and then you didn't answer.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I dislike you so much tonight.
I fell asleep. It was 3 hours past my bedtime. And I paid for it today. I was very tired. But, so what is your Vecna song?
So, I thought about that all day today, actually.
Oh, good. That's
I don't have anything good for you, though.
You couldn't think of one?
So, here's the thing. My music depends on my mood. And there are songs that I absolutely love, but in a certain mood, I can't tolerate them.
Yeah, there's got to be one song that it doesn't matter when, what, how, like, you listen to it. You'll let it play.
It's going to be Thrift Shop by Malcolm Moore.
No!
I love that song, and the fact that so many people dislike that song,
I think I just lost respect.
makes me love it even more.
I think I lost respect.
That's fine. Because as soon as I was like, I'm going to say this song, and the fact, because Brandon hates it too. Brandon just hates that song. And it just brings me so much more joy.
Because everyone hates it.
Yes.
And so you're the only one singing it in the car.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm going to turn it up.
And everybody's
which I did on our road trip.
You did.
It made me very happy. Because you showed your dislike for it. And I already knew Brandon's dislike for it. And I was like, this makes
Caesar doesn't count because he's not paying attention.
This makes me even more happy. So now I have to turn it up. They're stuck in the car and I'm driving, so they have no say.
That was bad. That was the roughest 2.5 minutes of that whole drive.
It was the best.
It's so bad.
The best. It's so catchy.
It's catchy. It gets in your head.
It just makes you want to do nonsense. I love it.
Yeah. Well, I'll put that in my notes because I'm making notes for people just in case Vecna ever tries to come.
If I ever hear it and I'm taken over, I am going to giggle.
I'm like, what?
First, I'm going to giggle because the only 2 people that are going to play that song, it's probably only one person. It's going to be you because Brandon's going to play something.
Like, let her die.
Brandon's going to play something that does not resonate. It's going to be EDM music for sure. For sure. He's like, this will get her out of it. And I'll be like, no, God.
Oh,
again.
kill me, Vecna. Save me.
So it's just going to be you, and I'm going to die laughing in my trance because I know you're playing this, and it's killing you inside.
Yeah. I'm going to be like, everybody close your ears. We got to save Jen. She's gonna be like, what?
I'm just floating in the air all of a sudden going, no. Hopefully my arms aren't broken by then. I hope they
just
are.
start going, just so you can't move them.
Or they just start swinging around like a helicopter.
Oh.
Speaking of helicopter,
I didn't get to see the video.
I haven't seen anything but TikToks talking about it.
Same with water hose.
So the worst part was people on TikTok are like, not me going to X to find out what's going on. And I'm like, what is X? Why are people going to X? It took me way too long to realize X is Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elon did that to us.
I know. And I have a love-hate with old Twitter, new Twitter, X. Because last time I tried to sign in, he put in this, let me see if you're a robot.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept on failing the quiz.
It like cancels your account.
Like, I took it 3 times and I instantly was like, well, screw you, Musk. I'm done.
a robot.
I didn't like Twitter to begin with. I
Yeah.
definitely don't like it now.
I've never been a big Twitter.
Mm-mm.
But I tried to get on there, and by the time I got on there, it was gone.
taken down.
Yeah. So I'm like,
I
okay,
can find
somebody
it.
out
I know
there,
for a fact I
yes.
can find it. I found that head dude.
Oh, you did? You know that video still pulls up. I pulled it up today.
Dude, I still keep finding it on TikTok too.
Oh.
Like, it's not like the whole video, but like you see him grabbing the bucket and then like this much. So it's like
It
his
wasn't in a
dad's head.
bucket.
Yeah.
No, it was in plastic wrap.
So there's 2 different sections of him showing his dad.
Oh.
The one time he takes his dad out.
Oh.
Of the
We're talking
bucket.
about the guy that like claimed that he was
Dude, that was
the new president.
he
or
is the new
something like
president.
that.
Yeah, he has.
But he
his
got
own-
arrested.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like immediately.
Yeah. So he decapitated his dad because his dad worked for the government.
Yeah, that was wild.
This whole year has been wild.
And it's only February 7th.
Yeah. I mean, we started off very strong. Very strong.
I don't even remember what happened.
Well, New Year. So let's see. New Year's Day, Mother Nature was just like, screw you all, and there were multiple earthquakes and tsunamis around the world.
Oh, yeah.
Like California, like almost got washed off. They had a tsunami.
Yikes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And then after that, well, found out about Stephen Hawking's.
Oh, yeah.
Which-
That was a big one.
I don't think I will ever forget that.
I'm
nor-
actually sad that he's not alive to be embarrassed.
Would he be embarrassed?
I'm not sure. I didn't know him personally, but that was just messed up. That was a messed up situation.
I want to know if he was still around. How do you go about legal charges of that to a man in his state?
That's a good question. Because like, obviously his mind is fine.
Nothing else is. It's just his mind.
So his mind is fine. So, I mean, would you just be put in like solitary confinement where like you can't do anything?
He already can't do anything.
That's true.
Like, his
I don't
life
know.
is already prison. When he was alive, his life was already prison. He couldn't move. He couldn't speak.
Could he eat?
I don't know.
What if he has feeding tube?
Can you imagine being that smart and not be able to do anything?
No, that would drive me nuts. But it like slowly progressed, right?
Do you think he ever has like an itch?
Oh, for sure.
That is my biggest. So whenever I think about getting like captured,
As
like-
one thinks about that often. Actually, I do think about that way more than I should.
if I ever got captured and they tied me up, I instantly, my whole body will start itching.
Oh yeah, like if you're like this number,
Yeah.
and like your feet are bound too.
Yeah.
Like my chest is gonna start like
Literally head to toe is gonna start itching.
yeah.
And I will die of a panic attack. Like at night, this is why. So right before, when I get really tired, I get very itchy.
Mm-hmm.
And I try not to scratch myself to prepare myself if I ever get kidnapped or stuck in a tight spot. This is probably why I'm claustrophobic. So I try to be like, all right, I can't use my arms. Just don't think about the itch. So I sit there and try not to think about the itch. And I instantly go insane. like slowly but surely, and then like my entire
Sorry.
body itches and I can't relieve myself. That sounds really dirty. I can't undo the itch.
Oh God.
That still does not sound
Yeah,
good.
no, that's not good.
Anyway, we'll cut all that.
God.
But yeah, I can't.
Because, so my question is, does an itch form in your brain? Your brain tells you that you itch.
Yeah.
So if your brain's still fully functioning, like if, I don't know.
I also worry about losing a limb.
Yeah, and then you're like
You
elbow
feel like
itching.
it's, yes,
Yeah, I
like
have
right
patients like that
here.
all the time. That like they're double amputees and they're like foot itches.
Yeah.
But like they rub they call it a nub.
yeah.
And like it doesn't satisfy the itch because
No.
it's not there. Which
'Cause
is
it's down
like
here.
phantom itches or something
Mhm.
like that.
Phantom
Wild.
pain, phantom
Yeah.
yes. I saw an episode of House
Oh,
talking
God.
about that. And he has, so this one person had that phantom pain going, he's missing an arm.
Uh-huh.
And House had this solution, I don't remember what it was, but something like a mirror, and he had a, I'm going to try that if I ever lose a limb, because I will have a constant itch wherever that limb is
Yeah,
gone.
You go nuts.
I would.
That would be your 13th reason.
We're back to questions.
Well, I was kind of looking. The other one, they talked about best and worst bathroom experiences.
So I don't think it's either, but the other week when we were on our road trip,
Mm-hmm.
I thought you walked in and I was having a full conversation with this person.
At Wendy's.
And then I walk out, I was like, oh, that wasn't you.
You're like, that's why you didn't respond. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I hadn't walked in here yet.
I feel like I probably had some, but I don't
I
remember.
know. I'm trying. Probably the best was probably at like a strip club, because they have like the little not they have like tenders.
Yes.
And they like spray you with perfume and give you paper towels.
So
the
the one time at Wacko's,
Mm-hmm.
the woman in there, she was sitting waiting on a hotline to put in her prayer. And I just had like a full conversation with her about this and everything. And I just sat there, I stood there and waited with her while she was waiting for her prayer to be answered.
At Wacko's?
But correct. I've had the best time in Wacko's bathroom. I also been to Wacko's, never spent $1 on a stripper, but spent way too much money on the bathroom attendant.
Yeah. But I also don't like that they're in there wanting your money. Like, I can wash my hands fully by
Yeah.
myself.
It's
Thank
very
you.
uncomfortable and I don't like it. However, some reason at a strip club I'm okay with it.
You're ready to tip.
I am so ready to give her my money.
Yeah, it's just an odd thing. Because I never carried cash with me, ever. And so you're like, bye. Thanks for the paper towel and the little spray of lotion. I really appreciated it.
Yeah, it's
But the
uncomfortable.
worst, I don't know if I can think of like a worst one.
No.
I mean, but just besides like a woman like blowing it up, you know.
that doesn't happen often.
And it doesn't happen, but when it does,
I
I cannot not laugh.
have
It sounds like they're beatboxing.
That is true. That is true.
Toilet.
I have had instances where like they'll bring their kids in and their kids will like come under your stall and it's just like, hi.
Or you make like eye contact through the crack and you're like, oh my god, this kid's staring at me. Yeah. That's I will say I'm blessed to not have many bad experiences.
From now on, we're probably only gonna have.
Yeah, that's true. But I also don't like to use the restroom in
Yeah,
public places
I don't
often.
use many like multiple stall places.
No. And if the only places I really go to the bathroom are the bars, and that's because you can't help it. Like,
So-
because if you're drinking, you're gonna be peeing
Yes.
a lot.
So our cruise, our bathroom in our room was horrible. I'm pretty sure everyone but one, so there's 4 of us in our cabin.
Mm-hmm.
You had 4 too.
We had
all
four.
had, it was
yeah,
4, 4,
everybody
4.
was 4.
And I'm pretty sure 3 out of 4 of us had food poisoning.
Yeah. Well, so when you go on a cruise, they call like the neurovirus or something.
Yeah.
That's very common. And then I found out that on the cruise that we went to, like a bunch of people had it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going on a cruise in April, so I will like to compare Carnival to Norwegian.
Yours is a short one, though.
Yeah, it's a 4-day, which is way different than a 7, I feel like. But I'm glad that I'm going on a different cruise line. Because...
Your mom's gonna look so cute.
Oh, God. Oh, Taylor is bringing dresses. He's giving Brandon dresses. So if Brandon has dresses in his suitcase, nothing happened. It's just Taylor's dresses that she's bringing for me because she was gonna get rid of them. But I was like, dude, watch Brandon not tell Jen that like he's taking these dresses, and like you start unpacking and being like, what is this?
I'm totally gonna give him crap.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he'll be home by the time this comes out. So
That is true. I'm giving him so much crap.
start throwing stuff. That'd be good. Watch him be like have that in a separate bag. This isn't anyone's. Oh, that'd be good. That would be funny. But yeah, so I don't know about the bathroom. I like I said, I'm blessed to not have very many bad bathroom experiences. Anyways, back to our friend group. So we have a very close friend group. Like I said, we're having a Galentine's. The men are having a Malentine's, which I think they finally figured out they're going to Top Golf. So they might be at Top Golf now. But we did a color board. Like everybody has a color that they bring food and snacks and stuff. Did you ever figure out?
No. I have to.
It's gonna be a surprise for everyone.
Yeah, I have to dye my food. I have purple.
I told you I have red.
I know. It's the fact of doing it.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. All right, so that's our friend group. We're gonna live in a plot of land.
We are very fortunate with friends.
We are. We do have.
I get reminded often that people don't have what we have.
For sure. Especially with the girls. Girls are mean a lot of time. And I don't feel like we have a lot of mean girls. No, we have a lot.
We are all
We
very
don't
mean.
have. We are mean, but not in like a mean girl sense.
We're not catty. I don't feel like we try to put each other down. I definitely do feel like we do try to build each other up.
Yeah.
And I do feel like when we need to be there, we're there.
Mm-hmm. Go women.
But we are very mean to each other.
Yeah, we are very mean. So we've already talked about the Vecna song, so I'm very sad about yours.
What is your song?
Mine is probably Use Your Love by The Outfield. Yeah, that's mine. Or Straight Tequila Night.
I don't even think I know that.
Don't ask her on a straight tequila.
So I already figured yours were going to be songs I did not know.
But you know those. You know the first one.
I do know the first one. Not well.
Sad. That's my karaoke song.
Yeah.
They didn't have it on the cruise. That's why you didn't hear it.
They only had to sing 5 songs on the cruise.
No, the karaoke had a few more songs.
Not
they
a lot.
had a lot of songs I didn't know.
They had
or that you can't really karaoke to.
a lot of nothing for the karaoke.
Yeah. Yeah, they did not have a good selection. Norwegian do better with your karaoke.
However, when it was a free-for-all that one night for karaoke, that was the most fun.
Yeah, that was a good time. They were just playing songs, and then if you knew the song, you could go up there and just start singing it. It was gas. It was a really good time. I don't remember most of it, but I try to compare us to like Joey and Frankie, and I'm like, we're also not there. They've been doing it for years.
Yeah. Like decades on us.
Yeah. So
We'll get there.
We'll get there when we get there.
We're new. We're just starting out.
Okay, so we want to give a special thanks. We're going to take this time to do a special thanks to our friend group. I know we talked about them a lot, but we've got almost everybody to thank. We've got our supporters, all of our 12 followers.
We're up to 30.
Yeah, they were first them.
Mm-hmm.
So specifically,
my fiance Brandon is our tech guy.
Mm-hmm.
If you watched our blooper reel, You would see Lindsay saying something about our tech guy. That is Brandon.
And he was the one with the moisturize.
He's also, luckily, luckily is a gamer, so he has most of the equipment for us already.
Yeah.
We also have Taylor and Michael, who has helped us with a lot of what to say. Ideas.
Just in general.
Yeah. Megan has helped us with logos, ideas of pictures and stuff like that. Ashley's trying to help us with some art.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm forgetting people. Brandon and Jordan, I think, are still trying to get us music.
Oh yeah, they're
make
trying
our
to get us
own music.
Like a opening dun, 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 for the plot. You know what I'm saying?
But they're all supporting us, which is impressive.
Yeah, that is impressive. So hopefully we go somewhere one day and
we're doing this for a plot of land for our cult. Just FYI.
So if you want to see more content of like this,
we're gonna get better.
We're gonna get better.
We're awkward. We know.
We are.
We're born this way.
100% born this way.
We also have no idea what we're doing.
Yeah. Again, no idea. So, with that being said, we're also gonna have segments on here, like where we play a game, or we talk about my dating life, which is
we're going to have Date My Friend one of these nights, so be ready for that.
Yeah, she tried to put me on Farmers. Not
Farmers
Only.
Okay, so
Farmers Only.
I did sign her up for Farmers Only, which is that was a whole ordeal. That was hilarious.
That was so bad.
Hilarious.
So
but
bad.
Farmers Wants a Wife. I got her account, never filled it out. So now every time the episode comes on, I just get mad at her.
Yeah. There was one guy specifically she wanted to hook me up with, and I think he was going to be in Jacksonville. I don't remember what his name was.
Like past episode or this episode?
I don't know. I didn't know they were still coming.
So there is one on this current episode that is in Ocala, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
I know he's Florida.
Yeah. So stay tuned for that. That could be a really good time. Usually my dates end up not being very well. It just doesn't turn out too much. Or they don't turn out at all.
I'm still upset about the one.
But so that's gonna happen, and then we'll have special guests. Some of our friends you'll get to see, like the ones we mentioned, come in, and we'll have debates, discussions, whatever goes.
Speaking of debates.
Oh, good. Let's get into it. I've been waiting for this one.
Did you hear about the Republican woman in Arizona running to be president, and she lost to no one? So they wouldn't allow Trump
on the ballot.
So it was literally her name, which I can't remember. Nikki something? Can't remember her name on the top of my head.
Wait, that's the really popular one though.
What's her name? So
Nikki something, but she's very popular. I thought she
not
was
in Arizona. Apparently.
I thought she was doing well.
So in Arizona, it was her, or you can vote no one. She lost to no one.
There wasn't a fill in the blank.
They're not allowed to have a fill in the blank.
Oh,
or Trump
on the primary.
On the primary. So it was either you're not allowed to put Trump in the fill in the blank.
The state voted that he couldn't be on the ballot. I'm surprised Harambe.
Yeah, so I
didn't
feel
win.
like there was no fill in the blank. I think it was either her or no one. And more votes for no one.
So who's going to represent the Republican Party?
Trump is going to end up representing by default.
How did we get here? How do we have one president that is currently our president and the other one isn't even allowed to be voted in some states? How is it?
He also has a trial.
He has lots of charges. He does.
He has a lot going on.
But how is it that America has thought that these two, yep, those are the two we need to go by and figure out who we need to vote for?
Yeah.
What? I'm not even saying pro Biden, pro Trump, against Biden, against Trump. How are these two the ones that we thought were best fit to run the country, just in general? Or is there no one better?
There has to be. I mean, I can definitely think of a few people that I would prefer. Um, we need younger blood.
Young blood. Yo.
Someone that isn't losing their mind. Literally.
Preferably.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, I took a picture of all the charges that Trump has. And it was on Fox News. I was very
Fox
surprised.
News turns against him already. They turned against him.
Taylor Swift, too. Why are they so mad at Taylor
Still
Swift?
blows my mind.
They were so heated about her.
I did not know that was a thing.
I don't even know what she did to make people, or to make Fox News, Republicans hate her.
What's funny is I just saw a TikTok on this guy just pushing the Swifties for Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, like, now he has, like, 1 million female followers because it's, like, Swifties for Trump.
So do we need to, like, take a stance? Do we need to hashtag something?
I feel like Taylor has a lot going on right now.
She does. She's very in the news right now.
Everyone's very angry with her.
And then the whole thing about the Grammys, that she didn't hug Celine Dion after she got her Grammy. But then supposedly she, like, people behind the scenes were saying, like, she might have been told not to hug her because she has
the stiff person.
Which I'm not going to say I laughed at that, but also y'all are going to learn I laugh in situations that I shouldn't. I have a disorder. But, like, it's a my sister-in-law has diagnosed me. I forgot. It's like pseudo something. But, like, that maybe she was educated to not hug her because she has that. Because after the fact, when they were behind
There's
curtain
that
or whatever,
picture.
yeah, they were hugging.
Well, she was laying on her.
Yeah, but I was like, why are y'all so bothered?
Yeah. I did not watch the Grammys.
You missed out.
I'm sure I did.
Miley Cyrus killed it. Okay.
I saw a lot about Miley.
Yeah.
But I also saw everyone's reaction to Taylor. Apparently, like, everyone is just over Taylor. I get it. Like, you cannot be brought up in every atmosphere, in every situation, repeatedly, and people not get tired of hearing your name.
I get it, but, like, also I feel like that speaks volumes on her. Like, she wrote a song called "The Man" for a reason. I'd be jamming out to that song.
I am not against Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Her fan base.
I'm not a Swiftie by any
Her
means.
fan base is questionable.
Caitlin, we're talking about you.
Her fan base is questionable. We have one in our group. But it's the fact that I feel like so many of her fans gave her this power that she is not a human. She's just above
She's
everything.
like a god.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
And I feel like she has been treated not human-like for so long. And that all comes crashing down eventually.
AKA Gypsy Rose. Yes, I agree.
They're
Continue.
starting
Sorry.
a reality TV show?
With her?
Gypsy? So I saw TikTok today. Majority of the stuff we talk about is going to be TikTok.
Yeah, we do a lot of TikTok, and
Yeah.
sadly, we're the Gen Zers on that one.
Yeah. It's just easy.
It's so easy.
Yeah. You get good information,
And you can
bad
fast forward the
information.
videos.
That's what you do. I just don't watch them all. But I saw her and Ryan, is her husband, right?
Which is like her mom, but yeah.
Yes. Might be her brother. Might be her brother. They were saying something like, get ready for this new section of our lives and following us and stuff. It made it seem like they're starting their own reality TV show.
Oh, what if they were on Love is Blind? or some kind of, because you know Nick and what's her name can't be on it anymore. They got canceled.
Oh, did they?
Nick Lachey and his wife.
I didn't know they got canceled.
Yes, because she was hounding people about having a baby, and because nobody was pregnant, she was like, "I'm ready for the Love is Blind baby. Where is it? Which one of y'all getting pregnant first?" Like, brought it up at least 10 times during the reunion.
I did
And
hear...
everybody was like, what if they can't have children? What if they don't want children? What if they want to
Yeah.
adopt? What if...
I did hear the whole back background of Love Is Blind is super toxic.
Oh yeah, it's like borderline abuse. Like people are suing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I personally love it.
You
I
love
love
trash.
Trash TV is just like guilty pleasure of mine. I love it. That was another one of my topics. Guilty
Trashy
pleasure.
TV?
No.
No.
Guilty pleasures.
Mine's just food. I love food.
I also love food, but I wouldn't call that a guilty pleasure because you have to eat.
Yeah, but you don't have to eat as much as I do.
Speaking of, she made salads. Because
My jar salads?
or jar salads. The jars were, I kid you not,
They're 64 ounces.
bigger than our
Big mouth.
heads.
Yeah.
And I finally finished. I didn't finish the last one.
Were they still good?
We weren't bad.
Oh my god, it's like 2 weeks ago.
I also eat questionable food. That's kind of a hobby of mine.
You know who you'll get along with greatly?
Who?
Eli.
Oh.
You know how many times that man, when we were living
Oh.
together,
Eli, thanks for downloading TikTok for us. Forgot to mention him.
he has eaten so many moldy things. Like, I think there was blueberries, there was dates, like, I'll come home and he'll just be like, well, I ate some questionable, like, fruit. It had some mold on it, but I didn't realize I was, like, halfway done. He's like, it's okay. It's just penicillin. It's just,
Yeah,
like,
it's like natural penicillin. Sorry,
True.
I'm gonna sneeze.
Is that why you're going eyes closed?
It's not coming out. It's not coming out. Okay.
But it's happened way too many times for a grown man.
I don't know.
He is
You know.
a man. But I also question repeatedly how this man is alive.
Still alive.
Mhm.
From the stories I know about Eli, that's true.
Yeah, I to the conclusion that he is a cockroach.
That's one of the worst insults.
Is it though? Because they survive everything.
Everybody hates them though.
Eli's very lovable. Have you
So
seen the
he's
woman, not the woman,
lovable.
the little girl who owns cockroaches as pets?
Oh God, no. Oh my God, ew.
Not everyone hates them.
Gross. I was eating with my patient yesterday and a roach crawled out from under her plate and I almost died. I was like, oh my God. And she took her shoe off at the table. It was like, yeah, it was.
So this one time in Mississippi, I rented a room at this one person's house, and I went to go get some chips out of the cupboard. So Mississippi, their cockroaches are very tiny. They're not like the ones here.
Oh, well, if you get a cockroach infestation, those are the small ones. They're small and they're light.
Anyway,
The big ones are actually called palmetto bugs, not roaches.
the ones that fly. Palmettos fly.
Well, the big ones, I mean, I call them roaches, but they're not like an infestation. The small ones are infestations.
Anyway,
just FYI.
so I opened the bag and I just was reaching in and ate a couple of chips and then realized I'm so uncomfortable right now. Realized that there were cockroaches in the bag.
Oh my
of
God.
chips. Also, when I was living in Mississippi, I worked in the ER. You know how many people came in with cockroaches stuck in their ear? I would die. I would
that
die.
just gave me chills.
Yeah.
Ew. What
Or-
do you do to get it out? I'm
Die.
assuming you have to
No,
like
you just
drown
die.
it.
But
Do they drown? Roaches are going to be here. Roaches were here when the dinosaurs were
That's
here.
what I'm saying. They survive
And
everything.
they're going to be here when the humans are far extinct.
So will Eli. He's had so much penicillin in his lifetime. He's immune.
Does he have a bunker though?
You know he does not. And out of everything that I think you know of Eli, he of all people should.
Would be the one to have one though.
Yes, 100%. He makes his own bows and arrows. He
That's pretty
collects rocks. And not like a little bit of rocks. Like he weighed them. This was like a solid maybe 2 months ago. He weighed his rocks and he had I think 4 pounds of rocks.
Of like the crystals or just random rocks?
I can't
that he
remember
finds?
what rock it is, but it's some kind of rock that if he actually fixed them up and blah blah blah, he could make money with them.
Mhm.
I just don't know what they are.
Does he go rock searching?
Yes, in middle of the night on some random people's. Sorry, Eli, I'm putting you random up. I get a message around like 11:30, which is like 10 o'clock his time, that he's gonna go looking for rocks. Don't worry, he has his flashlight and his gun handy to the side. And then I get messages like, oh shit, I just heard something. Oh shit, I think these people are coming home. Oh shit, I don't know what that is, but I'm out of here. Yeah, I question this man all the time.
I wonder how he's still alive sometimes.
Yeah, you should meet him.
Well,
You should have lived with him. You really should have. Sorry, the dating app is off. You guys might be a match made in heaven.
Oh yeah. That's interesting. I'm very interested to meet him. Maybe he'll come to Florida one day, just to visit at least.
Yeah, he's been talking about. So it was funny. So he asked me almost every day if I've seen you, and this was when we didn't see each other for like 3 days.
Yeah, 3 hours.
I was like, no, I haven't seen her since XYZ. And he's like, that's a long time. I was like, sir, I haven't seen you in 2 years. He goes, yeah, but 3 days is a long time. I'm like, okay, all right, cool.
Good talking to you too. Oh, that's good. That's funny.
But yeah, he is a big fan.
Big fan.
So, the governor of California.
Oh yeah, we're back on this. Okay.
And this is my
We
only.
have a lot of segues.
That's 2. I said I had 2. That's my second
Okay.
one. So the governor of California. I don't know if you know anything about him. I know nothing about him. So apparently he passed a law. This is just backstory. He passed a law that you have to steal almost $1,000 for it to be like a crime. So he was in Target, and as he was walking in Target, this man was running out of Target, stealing things. And he turned to the cashier, who didn't know who this man was, and was like, what is he doing? Oh, he's stealing. Why is no one stopping him? And then the woman responds, our governor, passed laws that is not worth it and whatever, like XYZ. And he was just like trying to defend himself. And then like he made a video trying to defend himself.
Oh,
and it was
that's golden.
just the worst. But yeah, it was hilarious because he got basically put in his place.
Yeah. This is what's happening because
Yeah.
of you. It's not worth it.
Yeah, she had no idea that was the governor.
Oh, that's
And
so
she's
funny.
just like, our governor passed a law. We, like, it's not worth it. It's not going to do anything. He basically didn't even commit a crime. And he's like, well,
Just like a fair
someone
voter.
has to stop him. And everyone, like, on TikTok's like, the governor's upset only because he's paying for his stuff and someone else is just running off with it.
Next thing you know, he's going to be running off with his shit.
He can't. Bad publicity.
Yeah, you're right. But if nobody knows who he is.
That is true. That is true.
That is very true. We're not gonna know, like, oh, just another one. Just let him go. It's fine. I also saw that a TikTok about that in California they were trying to
My couch
Or-
looks pregnant.
thinking
How far along?
thinking about like paying people not to commit crimes or something like that.
I could get down with that one.
Like, should we start committing crimes?
If
I
you're
don't
gonna
know.
pay me not to,
I
I
would
can give you a
definitely start
list of things that I'm thinking I
about
could do, and you can pay me XYZ to not do
to
them.
not do it.
That's never gonna go over in Florida.
It would never go over anywhere. There's no way.
I can see it go over in California. California is one of those weird states.
Oh, I don't think I could ever live there.
I would refuse.
I've never visited, but I would
Not-
love to.
I visited a few times. But not only their political side of things, I don't think I would mesh well with, but it's just their climate. If it rains, in the world.
They just got like a rainfall,
So yes.
the cloud that was over them or something. What was that about?
I don't know. But what I do know is when it does rain there, they have landslides.
Full land, like houses go down.
Yeah, because it can't handle it. Fires,
Fires are always a thing.
earthquakes. They get hurricanes too. Granted, we get hurricanes.
Oh yeah.
But that's a big joke.
We have hurricane parties. I still have to go to work. Don't worry about that.
That is bad.
But yeah. I really don't desire. But what state is above California?
Oregon.
That's not a bad state to live in, though, right? Isn't it the same but not?
So Oregon, at least their ground can.
Are you sure it's
handle.
not Washington?
Washington's above Oregon. I've been to all three of those.
I'm very bad at geography, for sure. Okay.
Yeah, Oregon can handle their rain and everything else that comes. I don't know. I'm sure they probably get earthquakes. I don't think they get them as bad. I'm waiting for California to just float off into nothingness. So the worst part about
Pangea.
California, from what I heard, I do not know this for say, but their forest fires or their fires or whatever, they always happen where there's homes, right?
Yes, there's not. Yeah, it's always homes that are destroyed.
So they know where these fires happen. And they will just throw up more homes in that area.
Even after the fires?
Because it's cheaper.
I bet the insurance is...
The insurance is...
is more than your house payment.
Insurance is a joke in our country.
Yeah,
In
that's
all
fair.
atmospheres.
It's fair.
But yeah, so like, there was like a whole... This was years ago that I was reading about this, but it was like them talking about how they know these are fire zones, like it is going to repeatedly happen here, but they keep continually building houses because it is cheaper to build them in the fire zone than to not.
Do we know why there's fires there?
I think it has something to do with just like the nature. Like it just gets too hot, not enough rain, everything dries up, just cycle and repeat.
Interesting. Because Miley Cyrus's house burned down like years ago. Yeah, when her and Liam were still together.
So back to fires, the Hawaii fires, and like only, what was it, 2 famous people's houses did burn down. One
Oprah
was
being
definitely
one.
Oprah.
And I want to say Jeff Bezos
Maybe.
was the other one. I'm pretty sure. Because he was the one, they're trying to make it like a smart area or something where like all the houses were smart houses or something like that. And Hawaii was like, no, we're not doing that. Then all of a sudden everything caught on fire.
Conspiracy. Speaking of smart homes, though, I want one of Elon Musk's homes.
Oh, the buildable ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, those, you could just like pick it up
They're
on a
a
trailer.
reasonable price, too.
We could put that on our plot of land.
I know. Anyway. OJ.
OJ killed his wife. Actually, I think his son did it.
I 100% think his son did it.
And he knew about it.
OJ always used fists. He did beat his wife.
Oh,
He
yeah.
beat her all the time.
Yeah.
However, he's never used a weapon.
Yeah.
His son was a chef.
Uh-huh.
They were supposed to go to his opening night at a restaurant that night. They didn't go because him and her got into a fight. So they didn't go. And all of a sudden she got stabbed by a knife. And the glove didn't fit.
It fit.
It didn't fit.
It fit. He was making it where it didn't fit.
I think it did fit because it was his son's glove. But
Oh,
I
for sure.
do think he knew it was his son.
Yes. I believe he knew what happened,
100%.
but just was like, oh, I don't know anything.
Saltburn.
Oh.
I wanted to talk. So I'm actually surprised. It's probably because the crack never get. When I say crack,
Yeah, we don't actually do crack.
I mean Celsius. We refer to Celsius, the energy drink.
If you want to sponsor us.
We should start doing fake sponsorships. Celsius is definitely one.
I could write my taxes off. I have like a tax bracket that I could write off with energy drinks.
That's fair. I wonder if I could do that.
Maybe. you could. I couldn't.
Yeah. So Saltburn.
It was good.
So we ended up doing, I guess, a long distance movie
A
night.
virtual movie night.
Yeah. So it was me and you and
Megan Logan.
6 of our friends.
Yeah.
So there's 8 of us. Brandon was playing video games. He chimed in at literally only the worst moments.
Yeah. The moments where you were like, ugh, Brandon was like,
The
looking at
moments where I
TV.
almost threw up.
She didn't have a video.
Yeah, but there was 8 of us,
Mm-hmm.
and me and you were the only ones that liked it.
I liked the movie. It was disturbing.
I thought it was art. Pure art. First off, it was an uncomfortable movie,
It was.
but the acting was not.
No, the acting was spot on.
It never felt forced. Ever.
No.
Forced or fake.
No. Like, they really weren't acting. That's literally their personality.
And that is golden.
Yeah.
And I want to know how much the main dude made.
Oh, so I watched a video about him, and he was talking about that scene.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, they told me I had to be naked. And I was like, okay, cool. But then they told me I had to dance. And he was like,
dancing pushed him right
he
over.
was like, I don't know how to dance. Like, I don't want to dance. And it was like, that's where you were like, okay, that's where I draw the line. I can be naked. I can have sex with a ground. Oh, spoiler alert. Can have sex with the ground that this guy just died. But dancing, that's where I cut it.
Yeah, pure gold.
Yeah. I liked, like you said, the acting was spot on, and I think they picked the characters very well. Even though that guy looked 40 and 20 at the same time.
So weird.
I'm not sure how he did it, but even without being on the like, I didn't know if they made him look younger, made him look older in some parts. I've watched videos of like his interviews, and he looks exactly the same. So
Yeah,
I'm
I think
like,
it's just him. Because his skin looks very leathery.
Yeah.
Leathery?
leathery.
Yes. But back to the dancing thing.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair in his point, it is embarrassing being naked. It's also very embarrassing not knowing how to dance.
This is true.
And then when you put them two together, I feel like if I don't have much rhythm, but if I just had you like, oh, I'm nude, but then you have to put dancing with it, I feel like that is like pushing you over.
Oh, and the fact that it's a dude.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of movement going on. AKA
Just-
Drake, you know? Like, circle back to that one. There's a lot of movement going on that I think I would be very uncomfortable with too.
Granted, I don't have one, but I can only imagine what it feels like when like you're spinning around and it's like airborne. Like that thing is flopping around. How does that feel?
Oh, I don't know. We might have to we'll have to talk about this next episode. Will we have a Brandon here, or we can phone a friend and just
We
we have to ask them to do it right then, though. Not videos. God, no. I don't want the video. I just want to know, in the experience, how does it feel, you know?
Oh God. Anyway, I don't even know how to respond to that.
But, yeah, that's the video I saw the other day. I was like, dancing was what it did it for you? I don't know.
To be fair, I get it. We talk literally way too much.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. We have to stop texting each other during the day. That's why I texted you last night, and I was like, never mind, I'll ask you tomorrow. And you're like, you can't do that, which I would have been. I'm like, wait.
That was some bullshit.
Yeah,
That was
especially
bullshit.
so late, because I don't stay up late. We can bring on Helen Keller if you want.
I am not ready for Helen Keller.
Helen Keller's for another day.
We will definitely do just a whole episode of Helen Keller.
We have things to say about her.
We have way too much to say
and
about her.
we need to figure out if she has. Well, obviously she probably has alive relatives, because she didn't die
Can
that.
we interview them?
I wonder if any. How old was she?
I
Like,
have
she
no
was
idea.
born in the 1800s.
1900s.
19. I don't know that. I don't remember. It feels like a long time ago, but it was. I don't think it was that long ago.
No.
Anyways,
it wasn't that long ago.
we need to figure out how to get in contact with somebody that has met her before.
I want family. If TikTok could find us Helen Kellen's relatives.
Helen Keller.
Or, no, you're right.
Not Helen
Anyone
Keller.
that has met Helen Keller, we would love to talk to you.
I would love to interview you for a while, but you have to at least spend more than like 30 minutes with her.
Oh, yeah. Like, you
gotta
knew
have
her
like
for
family reunions
at
and
least
stuff.
a minimum 5 years.
That's a lot.
Until we find out she was born in the 1800s.
I was about to say, somebody's gonna be like 90 years old coming in. Yeah, I have things to say about her and her family. Or just more questions.
All of a sudden, we have no one wanting to get interviewed. I got things to say.
I just have questions for her and her family.
What else you have to talk about?
Your funniest pet moment.
Pet moment?
Yeah.
Oh, so actually the other day was pretty funny. So for me, I'm a cat person, so it's only humor to some people. So the other day, I had Garage Kitty. So I have a cat named Garage Kitty. I also have a cat named Chonkers.
And a cat named Kid.
Yeah.
She's really good with the names.
Izzy is the only normal cat. Because we also have Little Bit.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of what cats we had left. I could go on a 30-minute rant just about Yardley. I know. I have like his whole background story.
Yeah. He was a good one. He had a lot.
He had a lot of personality.
And
Granted, 90% I made up, but he had so much personality.
Yeah. And he'd been through it. He'd been through the ringer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He would have been a Republican, a war vet. Like, if this cat was a human, Republican, war vet, PTSD alone.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah, he was missing his leg. He had a BB in his neck. He lost his hearing. Like, easily.
And, yeah. And then he couldn't see.
At the end, he couldn't see.
see.
Yeah.
Oh, that
A lot
poor
happened.
baby.
I know, but he was golden.
He was a trooper.
He really was. He really was. He was a dirty old man.
And he was the one that raped your other cats, right?
He was a raper, yes. He has this special meow when he was about to do it. And, like, the worst part is, like, when I first started talking to Brandon, I'd be like, oh, yeah, my cat rapes. And he's just like, okay. And he, like, the one time he stayed over and Yardley got the meow. And it's like,
here he goes.
So he has like a normal cat meow, but not when he's about to dominate another cat. Is all of a sudden it's just like this really like deep. It's deep. And Brandon would make fun of me because instead of stopping it, I'll just be like, no raping. Because it's always when I'm going to bed. Lights are out, I'm trying to sleep, all of a sudden that meow comes on. It's just like, Yardley, don't rape. No raping. Stop raping! This will never go on TikTok, FYI.
Yeah,
This is for us only.
Like 15 times.
No graping!
Graping.
But yeah, poor Kitten. I don't even feel bad for Kitten, because, like, I got Kitten and Yardley at the exact same time. And Kitten was legit a kitten. Yardley was 5 or 6. And that is what Yardley did to Kitten a lot of his kittenhood.
Wait, Yardley would try to
100%.
dominate
all the time.
Did it work?
I mean, no. Like, there was only one incident, and it was towards the end, where I was like, holy crap, this cat might actually penetrate. And it was towards the
Kitten?
No.
Oh, that's what I was asking.
No.
Like, Yardley did it to Kitten?
Yardley tried to rape Kitten.
Oh.
Kitten was Yardley's main target.
They're both
Main
males.
target. Yeah,
That's
both
the
males.
weird part.
But Kitten, I'm pretty sure that's why Kitten bites.
Because
Because he was raised with that. Because I mean, Yardley has had
he didn't have no teeth.
no teeth. He
either.
had like a whole 3 of them. But he would like gum the back of him. So like he'll just hold him on, just gum him.
Did he have teeth when you got him?
And he did for a while.
Oh, okay.
So it was like maybe 5 years of him with teeth. So Kitten does know what teeth are like. But I'm pretty sure that's why Kitten bites, because he thinks it's love.
Oh God, that's so traumatic.
It's so bad.
That's so dramatic. So now Kitten has PTSD. You
The
diagnosed
worst
him.
part is I don't even think Kitten realizes he has PTSD. Like
You
everything's
just
just
think,
so.
I feel like that's kind of how cults are.
He's just everything's just so normal for him. Just everyday life.
Like when you grow up. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a lot.
How do we get on this topic?
Oh, the funniest pet moments.
Oh, what's your funniest pet moment?
Mine would probably
I didn't
be...
even tell you mine. So anyway, my funniest pet moment was recently.
Okay.
So I had Garage Kitty. She was laying on my lap, and of course I got hungry.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, we just bought pot stickers and everything. I was like, Brandon, can you make some pot stickers? And he's like, you can't do it. I was like, I have a cat on me. I'm on cat law, blah, blah, blah. And Chunkers was sitting next to him. And he tried to put his arm in between her legs. And Chunks with her back leg, like, this is his arm, and this is her back leg. She's just, like, hovering over him. And she's just, like, looking at him. And he's like, put your leg down. And she's just like... I have never been so proud of my cat.
No, your stepcat.
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 Yes.
Because she was like, nah, you going to make them
Yes! Let's be real. Like, Chunks, if anyone loves food, it's Chunks.
It's that chunk, babe.
Yes.
Yup.
Alright, so what's your funniest pet moment?
Mine would probably be when I first, not when I first got both of the dogs, but when the dogs came and lived in my apartment. I lived in, I'm not going to name the apartment because I didn't pay the pet fee. But I lived in apartments, 1-bedroom apartment. And I would have to take the dogs out separately because they're wild when they're together. So in the morning, I used to get up at like 5:30 every morning so I could let them out one by one, feed them, then let them out again. So I let Kahlua out to go use the bathroom, and I'm still in like my pajama shorts and a tank top, no bra, just a tank top. And I hear Bailey like scratching at the door because she wanted to go out with us. And you know, Kahlua was doing her business. I bring her back to go and open the door, and Bailey jumped on the door and locked my deadbolt. So I'm locked out of my apartment at like 5:45, 6 a.m. in nothing but pajamas. And I've got to figure out how to get back in the house to let Bailey out. I've still got to go to work. So I'm like, okay, my options are I wait until an appropriate time to go. I didn't talk to any of my neighbors because I was never home at the time. But I was like, I can wait, go talk to my neighbors, see if I can get a phone to call somebody. Because my keys and phone were inside. Also forgot that part. Yeah, didn't have anything but Kahlua. And I was like, okay, I can go wait. I can wait, talk to them. Or I can go to the front office. But I'm going to have Kahlua. So I can be like, oh, I just got her today. So I'm like, all right. I'm just gonna see if my window opens. Like I know they're locked, but I'm just gonna see what's the hurt in trying. So I break the screen off of the window, and I push and my window opens. so I've got these huge blinds on the window, and I have to tie Kahlua to a tree, to a bush. Bailey's trying to jump out of the window to go outside, but I'm like trying to push my way through the window. Push my way through the window, get inside. I finally get inside, close the window, open the door, and then Kahlua is like just then got off of her leash, like pulled out of the leash and is like starting to sprint.
What's crazy is your life has not changed with these dogs.
So she like starts to sprint through the parking lot. I live up, the road, the main road off of there. Main road, always busy. She's sprinting through the parking lot doing donuts, got the zoomies. So I finally catch her and go back to the house. And it was all like, this happened in like 30 minutes. And it was 6:30 and I had to get ready and go to work.
In the morning. Was the front office even open?
I was going to have to wait until 8 until they opened. Or I was going to wait till like 7:30 to go ask my neighbor if I could borrow a phone. Because like someone had a spare key to my apartment. But yeah, that was, and on top of that, like I had just got the dogs in my apartment for like 2 or 3 weeks, so they were just getting accustomed. I was going through some things, and I was just not, I was not a happy camper that day. But that was like the platform of me getting the dogs in my apartment. That happened in like the first week or two. That's probably my funniest pet moment. It was not funny at the time.
Oh, it's hilarious now, yeah.
Now I can look back and like literally still laugh at it because it was so ridiculous. And Bailey can still lock you, like if there's a deadbolt, she can still lock you out. She locked me and Taylor out of the house when me and Taylor lived together. Yeah.
That is so great.
Mm-hmm. So that's probably my funniest pet one. I mean, like I said, she jumps the fence. Is it Thursday? Oh, tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll see if she jumps the fence.
Oh, tomorrow's wine day.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Since she jumped? Yeah. Since the last time you picked me up, you found me.
No.
Oh, no, it wasn't either.
Brandon went to go drop something off at your house, and that's when Tony also dropped something off at your house.
That was that day, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was after a football game, so
yes.
you can only imagine the state that I was in. But I had her.
Oh, that's when Brandon had dropped Caesar off at your
Yes.
house.
Oh, yeah, because we lost Caesar that day. Yeah. She jumped the fence, but I had a collar on her that came in handy. We love those collars now. But yeah, so yeah, you're right. That was the last time.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Uh-huh.
And before that, it was a while.
Yeah, before that, it was the time you had to come, or
Yeah.
you randomly
Circled around the blocks.
drove up right behind me really slow. I was like, it was like what 8, 9 o'clock at night, and I'm like, oh, here we go.
Yeah,
And
I get a phone call, and she's just like, I just need someone on the phone. And I was like, well, I'm coming home from work, and I'm about to pull into. She lives literally 3 minutes away. 10-minute walk, tops.
Bike ride.
Bike
10-minute bike ride.
Correct. 20-minute walk.
Yeah.
Walking distance. Yeah.
Easily. But,
so yeah, I get a phone call. Dog's out. She's looking for in the dark. So she just wanted a phone call. And I was like, I'm about to pull in. I'll just come. So she gets in the car. We circle around. No dog. And she goes, just drop me off at my house. She'll come if she comes. And she gets out of the car. I was like, she's not going to give up. These are her dogs. So I just start driving around the neighborhood. And then I get to this one street. And I'm about to go straight. And I see someone walking. I was like, I bet you that is her and her dog. And I start pulling up. And she is on the phone with Taylor, holding the dog like a freaking baby. And I just rolled out. I was like, get in the car.
Oh, that was bad. Yeah. To give you a visual, I was like this. But my dog's like 50 pounds. So I was going to have to walk maybe like a fourth of a mile back to the house.
Yeah.
But then
you're a solid round the block.
Yeah, and then a car comes up slowly behind me and stops, and I'm like, oh great, here we go. I'm gonna die. And then I hear the window roll down. Get in the car. I was like, oh thank God. More relieved that I didn't have to carry her, or I wasn't getting kidnapped. I don't know, either one. So yeah, that was a story about my funniest pet experience.
Pets are the greatest.
They are.
Cats or dogs.
Yeah.
They definitely keep you entertained.
I would say that dogs are just more high energy, obviously. But y'all had a few, like when wasn't it Kitten that got out of y'all's house? And y'all had to pick up y'all had to put signs out to the neighbors.
So Kitten has, my cats all have something. So Kitten has cancer. And he got out of the house. Kitten also does not understand if anything bad happens. Kitten is an asshole. He is an asshole of cats. He's orange. He's an asshole.
Same
However,
thing with orange cats.
Orange cats are weird.
Oh, okay.
However, he does not understand. Like, if we ever have like a new animal in the house, because I'll randomly like babysit dogs or bring them, have random cats. They're used to random animals, but if they are mean to him, like he just looks at them so confused, just like, why? So Kitten got out, and we guess something scared him. He ran, and we also guess one of the neighborhood cats bullied him. So he ended up around the corner out at a neighbor's house. In my mind, Kitten ran off to go die somewhere. So I am breaking down. Literally breaking down, like, I'm never gonna see this cat again, blah, blah, blah. Because when cats want to pass, they usually go and hide.
Mm-hmm.
So Brandon, he prints out flyers, goes neighbor's house. Someone calls, someone has him. This cat. So yeah, Brandon brings him home. I come home from work, which I wasn't even planning on coming home from work. Like, I was so distraught. So freaking distraught. I was going to sleep on my massage table at work. So yeah, I come home and he's like, so I have something for you. And he brings me Kitten. I just take Kitten, sit down on the couch, and bawl my eyes out. And him and Kelly just leave the room. And just leave me to my cat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's never a dull moment.
You'll hear a lot about our pets and their things.
Yeah.
But, so I guess our hour is up.
At least we hope.
Yeah, we're going to get better at this, I promise.
Yeah, we are definitely feeling this out. We have no flow, no nothing.
Flow. We tried to warn you.
We have no idea what we're doing.
Yeah, because everything we do is for the plot.
So stick with us. Give us some ideas. Tell us what you want to hear about.
Yeah.
We have no problem giving our opinion.
We have lots of ideas.
We have lots of opinions too.
No way to structure them. But we'll figure it out. What? Peace out.
Everything
Till
we do.
next time. For the plot.
For the plot. Bye, everyone.